Let's find some day trades, swing trades, and option trades. Hello, traders. It is Tuesday, June 30th. We are about 2.5 hours into trading so far. We've had the market grinding higher. Let's go right to it. This is the SPY. You can see how we had a couple of long green bars closing on their high. A little bit of sideways movement in here, but we had a 1OP cross in here that we're watching early today. This would typically be very, very bearish, but when the market continues to go sideways or even drift a little bit higher, that's known as a bullish divergence. We get a crossover right in here, and that tells us that we're going to have higher prices. So we have been long this morning, been taking advantage of this rally. I believe we're going to see an upward sloping channel right like that. And as long as that channel stays intact, we'll be in good shape. If we see a couple of long green candles closing on their high, breaking through the upper end of that trading channel, then we have to be a little bit cautious. If that doesn't happen, the market should continue to float higher. This is going to be a bullish trend day. Probably see a little bit of selling around 2 hours before the close. That pullback and that dip would probably be an opportunity to reload, ride the market higher into the close. Now, if we keep just grinding higher until the last hour of trading, then we'll probably see a little bit of profit taking. But you can buy stocks right now, middle of the day, for day trading and not worry too much about having the market rug pulled out from under you unless we get those long consecutive green candles. That would be a sign of overextension. So don't think we're going to see that. Think we're just going to float higher in here. So that's how we're playing it. As far as stocks that we're following, I'm going to put up my chat room right here because I want to highlight something that I had mentioned early in the day. This is at 8:53, so this is 23 minutes after the open. GSX strong. I'm also watching Marvel. I like that. I made some money on that. I want to go right to GSX because it's making a nice breakout. These are all of the gold miners, gold mining ETF. You can see these long green candles right here. This is what told me that that sector was going to be hot today. You can see how it's continuing to move higher. A lot of the gold stocks are moving higher. Look at that GLD breakout. And I just highlighted a trade on Twitter. This is a compression. You can see a horizontal range that's set up right here. You have that used to be resistance. Now it is support, and that was right around that 157 level. So the market compressed in this range with the high being 165, the low being 157. Well, now we have a breakout through this horizontal resistance level, and gold was able to maintain and preserve that breakout. One test, two tests. Now we're off to the races with follow through. So gold does look good. And the reason that I want to mention this is that I'm doing more posts on my Twitter feed. So I'm going to show you that. There's my Twitter feed. You can go to One Options, plural, trading. One Options trading, or you can just query One Option trading. Either way, you'll find it. And here you can see that I posted this GLD. I'm going to double click on it so we can get the pop-up. But in any case, I got the GLD post right here, and we are looking at selling it out of the money bullish put spread, and we're selling the July 17th expiration. We're selling the 163 puts, and we're buying the 162 puts. We're doing that for a credit of 18 cents. So please make sure that you go to my Twitter feed. I'm going to have it posted in the description area below this video on YouTube. I post my pre-open market comments. That gives you all the things that are influencing the market today. And I'm also telling you what my expectations are for market movement and price movement. I have specific instructions before the open for swing traders and specific instructions for day traders. Right now, as you know from my commentary, I feel that the overall market is in neutral territory with a slightly bullish bias. But this this Twitter feed, I'm going to highlight a couple of trades that I've been in. And here's another one. As you scroll down, you'll see that I also like Qualcomm earlier today. You've got a bullish flag formation here. You have this downward sloping trend line, horizontal support here, stock breaking out. This stock wants to move higher. I like Qualcomm in here. So please go to the Twitter feed. If you have other traders that are following you, make sure to retweet it so that I can start getting the traffic up. Just like my YouTube channel, if I start getting the traffic up, I'm going to continue to post more and more as I have been. So let's take a look at what we're doing in the market right now. We've got this gradual float higher here. Looks like we're going to be challenging the high of the day. We have a bearish hammer right here. That's a little bit of resistance that's forming. These are tiny candles, so I'm not looking for us to just blow right through. I think we might poke at it a few times and eventually get through. I do like the fact that the 1OP indicator is below zero and it's starting to cross in a bullish fashion, which tells me that we could see a nice little move higher here. So we'll be watching that through the corner of our eye because I like to pop up a separate chart and I like to have that running at all times behind my main chart in Option Stalker. There you can see it. So when I'm in a 5-minute chart, I can compare apples to apples. So we'll go in here, take a look at this, and there's GLD right now. I'm going to pop up the GLD option chain, and we're going to take a look at that 163, 162 bullish put spread. It's currently bid at 14 cents, offered at 19 cents. So it's pretty close to where we need to be on that particular spread. So I like it. I think that gold is going to continue to hold that breakout that we saw on a D1 basis. And if I draw that horizontal line across, I think 164 is the magic number. That's why we sold the 163 put. We want to be just inside of that horizontal support so that if it is breached, we have time to buy that spread back before it goes in the money. I would be looking at a close below 164. Gold has to close, okay? Not trade. It has to close before below 164. Then I would buy that spread back in. But if it doesn't close there, it can poke through on an intraday basis. I just want to see it back above that 164 level, and then we stay in the trade. Gold looks to me like it's going to go higher. The higher it goes, the farther we are from our short strike price, and that spread will start to really contract. But this is a really nice breakout, and I like to follow through today. So I think gold stocks are going to perform fairly well. You can see the market right here challenging the high of the day. Let's take a look at a couple of other stocks that I like. I had mentioned MTCH yesterday. That looks pretty dang good. You can see the really big candle that we had yesterday. So if you bought that anytime yesterday, we had a little bit of chop in here. That's probably about where the video came out, right in here. So it finished the day on a high note, and then today we're seeing follow-through buying in that. Overall, the S&P 500, I like the fact that we came down and tested the 200-day moving average again. And so now, every time that we test that level, it confirms that support. As I'd mentioned in my commentary yesterday, we had a negative influence last week. We had fund rebalancing. They had to sell some equities and they had to buy bonds, and that rebalancing forced the sell-off on Friday. That looked really, really nasty. Now we've got another influence coming into play. It's beginning of the month, end of month fund buying. That's helping us to rally. You can see this downward sloping trend line on the SPY. I referenced it yesterday. If we poke above it, we could have a nice little run, perhaps back up to the 315 level on the SPY. Buyers tend to be very engaged ahead of earnings season. We're only about 2 weeks out from earnings season right now. So the bid should be relatively strong, especially in mega cap tech stocks, because those have been leading the charge higher. That's one of the reasons that MTCH looks so attractive to me. I'm going to put a couple of other stocks up. MU, that was on an earnings search today. We had a nice big gap up higher, posted a good number, 6% rally in the stock. Is pretty choppy, so I do not like trading it as much. But we're going to go into the heavy buying search right out of the gate. Tesla was way up today. We had a lot of members in the chat room get on this one. I got on it. I only took about a $5 gain on it, so I wasn't in for all of this. I thought the market would be pretty quiet today, so I wanted to set passive targets. By the way, I am trading half size in the morning, quarter size in the afternoon. I see this as a low probability trading environment ahead of a major holiday. We've got big news coming out tomorrow. We have ADP and ISM manufacturing coming out tomorrow. All eyes are going to be on that jobs report. And then we have the unemployment report coming out Thursday. So that will also be a big market driver. Right now, Jerome Powell's testifying before Congress. The Fed is as dovish as it possibly can be. I don't see the Fed really having any impact right now because if the economy stumbles, they're going to be adding additional quantitative easing. You can expect stimulus from the government, a $1 trillion infrastructure plan, $1 trillion into PPP. The helicopter drop continues if the economy starts to soften. So just expect more money printing. That's one of the reasons that gold is going up. All this excess cash, they see that there could be a possible problem with inflation in the future with all this money printing. So it's flowing into gold. Plus, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. So I think gold is also benefiting from a flight to safety play. So, like that a lot. Tesla looks like it's continuing to push higher. We're going to go into that daily chart. You can see the horizontal breakout right here. I don't know that I would be chasing Tesla. You might be able to sell an out of the money bullish put spread below that $1,000 strike price. That may be a good trade. Let's take a look. Going to load up that option chain. Now, we've got the stock about $80 out of the money, so we're going to have to go pretty far out in time to get that kind of credit. But they announced that they are going to be breaking even with all of the coronavirus going on. So the market likes that type of news. It sees that as bullish. I'm going to go right with that $1,000 strike price, and we'll use that to see what kind of credit we can receive. So right now that spread is $1.15 bid offered at $2.10. That's off screen that you can see. I would need to get at least $1 for that. So that to me looks like a pretty decent spread. If you can get somewhere around $1.50 for it, you can see that you're about $83 out of the money, and that was the July normal expiration. Let's see if we can get that in a little bit closer. You know, if I can sell a July 10, I would like it even better because we got the 4th of July holiday coming up, and that usually takes a couple of days along with it. So that's great for premium sellers. We're going to come in here, we're going to click the 1000, click the 95, 995, and sorry, I've got to reset this. So that currently is 95 cents bid offered at, or excuse me, 90 cents bid offered at $1.55. That looks like a pretty decent spread also. So if you can get anything better than $1 on that spread, I like, and it looks like it's there right now. I think Tesla's probably a little bit overextended, but you're in essence playing this breakout, saying that the stock can come back. It can test that $1,000 breakout, but I'm expecting that $1,000 breakout to hold. Plus, you have an upward sloping trend line right here that is also intersecting right around that $1,000 price point. So I can draw it for you. Click there. I can click there, or I can click here, and you can see how it's going to continue to extend up. Probably in the next day or two, it'll come into play right around that $1,000 level. So I do like it. I think that the SPY has a chance to get above this downward sloping trend line. That would attract buyers as well. We'd see the SPY continue to move higher. Now we have 1, 2, 3. So let's call this one major test of support. 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. So these are two big major tests of that 200-day moving average. This support level is starting to solidify. So I do like it. Go back into the 5-minute chart, and we can see how we have a new high for the day. So things are breaking out. We've got a bullish 1OP cross. Everything looks good. So as long as this upward sloping trend line is intact today, I think you have to favor the long side, stay long, look for these strong stocks. In particular, look at tech stocks. So I'm going to go in and show you a couple of tech stocks that I like. Let's see if anything's coming up here. I've shown you Tesla. Facebook I would avoid. It's pretty newsy right now. Got advertising. While advertisers are pulling ads, let's go into bull run. And I'm just going to look down real quick. Dell has been very, very strong here recently. You can see this nice horizontal breakout, gap higher, test that breakout, that's fine. Now it's getting through that horizontal resistance. It looks okay. I'm not overly excited with that one. PayPal has been on a mission. I liked MRVL, and that's a stock that I posted in the chat room. I showed you that. Here's what I like about it. You have this bullish flag formation. There's your flagpole. You have this downward sloping trend line right here. Now we've breached above that downward sloping trend line. We've confirmed support 1, 2, 3. That support is solid. If you're looking to sell an out of the money bullish put spread, I think you can key off the $33 support level. I would try and go out. Stock doesn't move that much, so I think we're going to have to go normal expiration on this. We're going to go down to the $33 strike price, see what we can get. Click that. Click the 32s. We'll keep it 1 point wide. I need to get a 20-cent credit on that. 16 cents bid, offered at 25 cents. 20 cents would be right in the middle of it. And I'll just put a little one lot out there and let's see if we can get filled on that. Looks like that spread is there right now. So I think you can get that spread done. I think you can sell the $33 put in July, and I think you can buy the 32 put. You can do that for a 20-cent credit. If this spread expires worthless, you're going to make a 25% return on that trade. And you can see how the stock is probably going to continue higher now that it's been able to breach this downward sloping trend line. And we have a similar pattern in the SPY as well. Go into that daily chart. Remind you one more time what we're looking at there. There's that same downward sloping trend line. We get above it. I think the market's going to find additional support. You've got to stay on the bullish side right now. Keep your trades small. This is a low probability trading environment. I can give you just as many reasons for the market going higher as I can for the market going lower in here. Coronavirus obviously is going to be weighing on the recovery. It's going to be weighing on consumer spending. We don't know to what degree. Earnings season ahead, we're going to see the devastation to the bottom line that the shutdown caused. So could be a lot of weakness. We could also see some problems as far as forward-looking guidance on it. But on the bullish side of the ledger, you got the helicopter drop from the Fed. You got you have never-ending stimulus that could be thrown at this also, and you've got a nice bid heading into earnings season. So I think there are balanced arguments that you can make, bullish and bearish. Bulls and bears are paired off. That means we have sideways trading and probably some volatility in a range. Quiet trading coming up here with the holiday approaching. So keep it light. We're waiting for market direction. In the meantime, we're going to try and identify a few stocks that we can sell out of the money bullish put spreads on. Let's see if we can find one more in here. See if anything else pops up at me. Nvidia looked pretty good. Boeing I would avoid. Very newsy stock there as well. Netflix, I think just very solid stock, but it's rallied up. I think anytime you can sell a bullish put spread down here around the 410 or 405 level, right where that 100-day moving average is, you should take advantage of it. We had a nice little sell-off last week. Got you close down to that 430 strike price on Netflix, or the $430 price level. That should have put these options into play. That would have been a pretty decent one. Heavy buying, looking through that list, WKHS, you've seen that on my list. How many days in a row now? We've been long this stock back in here. Don't believe me? Please go watch the videos from last week. You'll see me highlighting this. The stock has gone from $7 to $18. Those are the types of picks that you're going to see in these videos on a daily basis. Take a look, CTL, nothing exciting there. Okay, so gold definitely looks good. Going to go into Pop Bull, see if we've got anything here. GSX again, FCX. They are a miner. They do mine gold as well. eBay has looked pretty good. Nice little breakout right in here through horizontal resistance. I like it on a day trading basis. I think I'm going to have to call it quits for today, folks. Running a little bit long on this video, but I wanted to show you that. Oh gosh, I did have one other thing I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you some custom searches because I've been getting some questions on how to search for low price stocks. So I'm going to show you a really great search. Going to make it very quick here. I'm going to go in. I don't care about option liquidity because I just want cheap stocks. So cheap stock can be $1, can be $20. So I'm going to put that. Actually, I'll go $30 on that. I want to see heavy volume today. I always want to see heavy volume. 20-day average volume, I'm going to go with, we're going to put in 3,000. That would be 3 million would be the 20-day average volume or higher. Stock volatility, this is the key. Now here, I want to see stock volatility of about 4%. So this is the daily ATR, and we're taking that average true range and we're dividing it by the underlying stock price, and this value would have to be greater than 4%, which tells me the stock wants to move. So now I'm going to run scan, and there you can see my candidates for today. Been some great stocks on this list throughout the course of the day. If I want to, show me a stock that's above the prior day high. Whoa, I'm sorry, I had this inadvertently marked here as well. So let's see what that's better. That's going to yield a lot more results. So now I can actually go in and start working with some of the parameters in the upper part of the table. Let's say I want to be on a bullish trade signal. And let's say that I want to have strength versus the SPY, both on a daily basis. Let's click it and see what we get. Let's click through some of these and see what we've got in here. Well, I could keep this over here on screen. So AG, nice breakout through the 200-day moving average. Yeah, that one could work nicely. AGI, oh yeah, beautiful breakout through this horizontal resistance level. Stock starting to move higher. $9 stock, you bet. BTG still has work to do. Got to get through this horizontal resistance. No, thank you. GFI, hello. Goldfield, nice stock. KCG, through that, not as interested in this one. And when you see them, you're going to know them. This one has to get through the 200-day moving average. It rallied up to it and backed off. WKHS. So simple search. 1, 2, 3. Really solid picks in just a very simple search like this. So stock price below 30, heavy volume today. Great average daily volume of greater than 3 million shares, has good stock volatility, so we know the stock moves well during the day. Stock is above the prior day's high, it has relative strength, and it's on a trade signal. It's on a buy signal on a daily basis. That's how we do it. We use Option Stalker. It finds the stocks. We always evaluate the market every morning before the open, so if you want those comments, please go on to my Twitter channel, follow it. You'll be notified, and you'll also get a couple of really good stock picks early in the morning. Thanks so much for watching. If you like the comments, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss one of these videos. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.